EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Tonight we polish off Week 10 with a good Monday night matchup between the Washington Commanders and the Philadelphia Eagles. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
Now, this defense for the Eagles, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe him.
Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. These two teams met in our nation's capital earlier this season with the Commanders picking up the win at FedEx Field. So they're trying to win here in Philadelphia to capture the season series. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball. And sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Lance now on 1st down. Throwing it Terry McLaurin's way again, and he's got it. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They've got a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Had to get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Second down, back to Sanders. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And taken right on the 30. A great return there of 22 yards. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10.
Ready.
Now Lance on the bootleg. That's out wide here for Robinson. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Excellent job on the keeper, 20 yards and a 1st down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
And he's going to go down back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Fletcher Cox, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, last game he had 2 sacks, got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
After the sack on 1st down, Lance. And this is incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. field goal unit, and Joey Sly now. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Sly able to put this one through, and it's 3-0 Washington. Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here, and now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second and a couple. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Ready!
It's a second down run with Sanders. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And this is caught by Watkins. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. And the Eagles at 5-3 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. On the counter now, it's Sanders. And he's got some space here. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
From Commander's territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's Hurts to throw. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Throwing is Hurts. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 29-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
On 3rd and long, it's Lance. Quick slant, Dotson. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of the first as he's tackled at the 47. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
On 1st down, Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Let's go.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now to punt this one away. $40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we would be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right. So
they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Lance's throw complete there to Thomas. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Throwing on first down is Lance. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The offense on third down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third and a few inches. Play action, now it's Lance. Rolling to his right. Open man is the tight end, John Bates. And he's going to have a Commander's first down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on third and inches.
Well, let's be honest about the whole thing. When you're looking for a reliable set of hands on third down, the first thought is often not fullback. But that's who they turn to there, and he does a nice job of securing the football and picking up the first down.
On first and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Josh Sweat coming in strong and dropping him behind the line of scrimmage.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up second and 12. Working from the gun, Lance. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. From the gun, it's Lance. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Ready. Fight, 60.
Gets this out quickly to Dotson. Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Going deep here for Watkins. And he's got it inside the 10. A big play there for Philly. And even 70 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Hurts. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown from 4 yards out. And the Eagles are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And leading 10-7, and they may just want to get this to the locker room. On 1st down, Lance. And this one is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Ready.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Let's go.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down.
Strike it. 3-3. Ready?
Here's Lance. Able to connect with Dotson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Read that.
Shotgun now for Lance. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Lance now on 1st down. He's got Gibson on the out route. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. A final shot before half for Lance. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And 3rd and 1 now.
When you decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this 3rd quarter. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. Well, there were about 70,000 that were quickly calling for that flag. It comes out there for pass interference.
And what do you think, partner? A little sarcasm in that cheering from this crowd here tonight. What they're hoping now is to build a little momentum off of it and give them a more genuine reason to cheer down the road.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That's good for 28 yards.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Hurts going to give it to Sanders on the option. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Nice effort defensively there from Cole Holcomb.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Hurts sets up to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Here's Hurts to throw. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the fourth down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot, if that's what they want to do.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Watch out now. 50 series. Cluster. 6.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. This pass hauled in by Dotson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Lance. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 35.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the 3rd quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 11 more on that one and another first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Lance now on first down. And this will be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Defense simply not fooled by the draw there.
Well, they were thinking run to begin with, and what they tell their defensive linemen is play the run on your way to the quarterback. If someone shows, go get him, and that's exactly what they did.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And that snap is a hero of his defense after the play he just made. A 1-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
Sly able to put this one through, and that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16 to 10. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or...
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That'll go down as a 99-yard kick return. And the Eagles are an extra point away from taking the lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now a play fake. Lance. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down. They run the jet sweep, Dotson. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Robinson up the middle. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 60 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On play action, Lance sliding out of the pocket. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Turner. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. The Lance going to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Javon Hargrave, the D-tackle, getting the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. A give up the middle to Gibson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance. And he's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
The running game's played a huge part in getting him down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Javon Hargrave able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get it back here just past the 35.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to set.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Hurts. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays the game with great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play.
Let's go now.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a 1st. This is 3rd down. Hurts.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 25-yard line. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
Here we go.
An option handoff given to Sanders.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On third down, they turn to Sanders. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they add on and get a little bit of a cushion. It's 20-16 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. Play action. Now it's Lance.
They'll roll him out right. Thomas has got it. Complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain of 14. First down, Commanders.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Robinson. And some room to maneuver.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 79 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They fake the handoff. Now Lance. That's into the hands of his tight end Bates.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 7.
On third down, Robinson. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. Shotgun now for Lance.
Thomas brings it in. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Again, it'll be Robinson.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth-quarter lead.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Robinson is in. Touchdown, Washington. So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. He's got a man, complete. A big play there for Philly. 67 yards.
Jalen Hurts, not a terribly big fella at 6'1", but his arms got plenty of life to it, and that was a thing of beauty there.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they have this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity. Unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
Yeah, and that throw, my goodness, and even 70 yards through the air.
Okay, break.
They'll run with Sanders. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Back to throw. It's caught by Sanders. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now we've got a 3rd and goal situation.
Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts.
That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
For the lead, here's 3rd and goal.
They'll look to throw. Touchdown, Eagles. A.J. Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Eagles answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead.
They do tack on the extra point as well, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw complete to Dotson.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. And the quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a first down.
Nice, well-coached, a team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
Here's Lance.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Lance looking to throw.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there. And
I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. Lance back to throw. Quick slant, Dotson. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. A good position to be in here, second and inches. Now Lance. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
With no timeouts left, that's a dangerous proposition working the middle of the field. Fortunately for them, that one fell incomplete.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's third and inches. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to third and inches. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Desperation time here. Lance.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are likely going to win it.
Hurts down to one knee, and that should just about do it. This was, and the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to